Today I'm going to show you how to use encapsulation in ActionScript. So let's first define what encapsulation is. Encapsulation is a concept in object-oriented programming that refers to writing your code in a way that hides the details and complexities of your code. The best way to understand this is to think about driving a car. You don't need to know how the engine works to drive a car. You only need to know how to steer or push the pedals and change the gears, in a nutshell. A great way to demonstrate encapsulation in ActionScript is through the use of getters and setters. Let's get started. First, you want to start by importing your template. So you can go to File, Import, Flash Builder Project. You want to browse it and pull out your template. So I have mine hiding right here, but I actually already have one open. So we're going to go to that. Now I already have set up some assets to use for this project in Flash, so I'm going to show it to you here. We're going to make a full sail student ID card. So I have it set up here in my library. You can see it over here. I have it called Student ID Base. And when you look in it, it just has a couple text fields that we're going to fill in. We have our name here, and you can see I have that labeled as TF name as the instance, and then we have our age, that's TF age, and field of study. So we're going to fill those in. First, we're going to start by creating a new class. So File, New, ActionScript Class. And I'm going to name this Student ID, and it is going to be a superclass of Student ID Base. So we'll go ahead and finish that. Next, we're going to go ahead and go back to main here, and we're going to put the student ID on the stage. We want to make sure that it's working and make sure this class is set up. So I'm going to create a new variable called ID. It's going to be student ID. We're pulling off that class that's here. New student ID. And then we're going to add that to the stage. So let's just make sure that's working. So we have our ID right here. We'll just look at that here. All right, next we want to do is go ahead and set up our variables in our student ID class. So we're going to go ahead and set them up right here. We're going to make them private variables. So the first one I'm going to call sname for student name, and that's going to be a string. And the second one I'm going to just call sage for student age. That's going to be a number. The last one is going to be called SFOS for student field of study, and that is also going to be a string. All right, now we have our variables set up. The next thing we want to do is set up our getters and setters so that we can access these variables in our main class. So the easiest and quickest way to do this is to go ahead. Oh, I almost forgot. Since these are private variables, we want to set the underscore here. So we're going to go ahead and highlight our variable name and hit Command 1. We're going to have a little pop-up. It says Create Getters and Setters for sname. So we're going to click on that. And our name's good. It's public. You can set this however you prefer. I like to do each new getters and setters before all the other ones. So we're going to just do before first method and press OK. And Flash Builder actually will generate your getters and setters for you. So that way you can actually get those variables in your main class by setting these public getters and setters. So we're going to go ahead and do that for the rest of our variables. All right, and now we still can't label our name and age and field of study yet because we need to assign these getters and setters to our instance names that we created here in Flash. So our name is set to TF name. So what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down to set TF name, or set S name, and we're going to put in TF name equals underscore S name. And that's actually not going to work. We're going to have to do dot text. It tells it that this is going to be text that we're inputting. We want to do the same under our set function here for your age. So we're going to say TF age equals, and actually that's also going to be inputted as text here. We're going to say equals S age. And see, we're going to get an error here because we set S age as a number, and we want to just be able to put in our number back in our main class. So what we're going to do is cast it as a string. So we're going to hit string here, and it's going to convert that number into a string for us when it puts it into our student ID card. And then last but not least, let's set the age. So TF age, I'm sorry, not age, field of study. So TF field of study dot text is going to equal all right. So we have all of this set up. So the next thing we have to do is go back to our main class and actually start setting these up so they can show up in our text fields of our student ID right here. So I'm going to, my variable ID here, we're going to call the student name right there. That's our variable from our student ID class. We're going to say equals, I'll put my name in here, Kristen Kozitsky. Great, now we want to set my age. So id.student age, there it is equal to, we don't have to put that in quotes because we set that variable as a number. And then we want to put field of study. Oh, that's the wrong one. Student. There we go. I'm going to say web, design, and development. All right. So if everything worked out here, should be able to run this. And there we go. All of our text fields are filled out. So let's just go over real quick. Encapsulation is a way of storing our more complicated code in a separate classes here and a different area away from our main package here. So that's it.